Hello folks and welcome back to the show. This is James here and welcome back to part 2 of my Let's Play of Indiana Jones and the Fate of Atlantis. So without further ado, let's load up that save file and carry on from where we left off. Okay, just a quick recap. We found the lost dialogue of Plato hidden within the Barnet College archives, and now all we've got to do now is return to Sophia and find out what she has to say about the dialogue. And this will be a little cutscene, so I won't interrupt.
I got it. I found Plato's lost dialogue.
Really?
Our jungle friend Sternhardt is quite the scholar.
Let me see.
Okay, so this is the dialogue itself, the translated version of an Arabic version. Apparently the Greek original has been lost to the mists of time, so Charles Sternhardt found an Arabic version in an Italian monastery. You use this book to solve the puzzles later on that the game presents you with. You read stuff about the colonies of Atlantis and how people gained access to the big kingdom several years ago. And in here it's talking about tenfold errors of distances where Atlantis might be, and it's talking about the various outposts and the means of which to access Atlantis. You don't have to read this book right now. You can always read it at any time when you're stuck if you're trying to solve some puzzles. But let's see what the characters have to say.
I don't see how this will help us find Atlantis.
So you can say any one of these things really. We can mention the tenfold error.
Didn't you notice Plato's tenfold numbering error?
So he got his dates mixed up. Why is that so important?
Distances
Plato's
could also
error
be
means
wrong.
distances could also be wrong.
So what if they are?
If Plato is right, Atlantis is in the Mediterranean.
You mean 300 miles from Greece instead of 3,000?
So people could be looking in entirely the wrong place, according to this tenfold error that Plato has made.
Of course, the lost dialogue could still be a fake.
No, it sounds real. He once told me he came from the middle of the world. That's what Mediterranean means.
Oh, he learns something new every day. That's what it means. Ah, middle of the world makes sense. You can wind up Sophia if you want to, or humour her if you want, but it's more fun to wind her up.
Enough with your fantasies. I'm talking facts.
Wait, quiet. I think I'm getting something.
Okay, Mr. Sal, what's the secret?
So, Mr. Sal, what's the secret?
Be patient, he's lost. But I think I know how to guide him home. Among the artifacts that Kerner stole was a small stone disc with a hole in it. I'm sure it was one of the 3 stones mentioned in Plato's book. And I didn't find it. I bought it from Alain Trottier in Monte Carlo.
Haven't we talked to enough of these nutcases?
Haven't we talked to enough of these nutcases?
Or was it Omar Al-Jabbar in Algiers? Either way, Algiers or Monte Carlo. This much I do know. We need all 3 stones if we want to find Atlantis.
Yes, so those are the 3 stone discs that we need to find. Those the discs that we use to access Atlantis. So we've got to try and find where Trottier and Al-Jabbar are to catch, to try and find out how to access Atlantis. So
How will I find Trottier and Al-Jabbar?
Not so fast. First, I'm going to tell your fortune. Look into my eyes. Deep into my eyes. For Pete's sake, I'm not going to hurt you. Now hold still. You are a remarkable man, Dr. Jones. You possess great strength of character. You are resourceful. You trust others and want them to trust you. The most promising path to Atlantis, therefore, is the one we both must take together as a team.
So this is the part of the game where I was talking about in part 1, where the game can split off into 3 parts and have 3 totally different storylines. Well, at least the middle part of the storyline changes, where you got different puzzles and the different ways you can play the game. One's the team path, which is the one I'm going to take for this particular playthrough. I'll cover the other 2 later on once the team path is complete, and I'll do those to have a complete walkthrough. But I'm going to do the team path first of all. Where me and Sophia will go through the story together.
All right, I'm convinced. You can come along.
Then let's go.
The team path is the one. I'll pick the team path. It's not the most interesting, I have to admit, out the 3. But it's the one I remember most. Because back when I first played this, I didn't even realise at the time, when I was much younger, that this game had multiple split storyline. It had a split storyline where you can go on different paths. I didn't realise at the time. So it was quite nice to find there's different paths to play through. Okay, so now we're in New York. Now we've got to go to either Monte Carlo or Algiers. I think Algiers first. I think I've got to go to first. You can go to either one first, but if you played the game before, you know how to save time if you go to the different places in the right order. So we're in North Africa. It's nicely rendered, sort of Arabic town. Really, it's nice to see the attention to detail that they've put into these things. There's the knife thrower there. We're going to need one of those knives, so let's talk to him.
Excuse me.
Yes?
We need to... Okay, he also tells us where Omar Al-Jabbar
You know where
is.
to find Omar Al-Jabbar.
There's a shop nearby behind the
One of the
marketplace.
antiquities dealers that's going to, well, hopefully help us find out more information about Atlantis.
Nice knives.
Yes, they were a gift from my father, the greatest knife thrower in North Africa. I'm trying to follow his example. But alas, no one will volunteer to be my assistant since the accident.
Since the accident, that's
Sorry
not
to
a
bother
good
you.
sign.
No bother. I just wish a volunteer would step forward to assist me.
Okay, there's a clue there. He needs an assistant, so let's talk to him again.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'd make a wonderful assistant.
It's refreshing to see such spirit. But my assistant must be a woman.
Okay, so Indiana Jones can't be the assistant, so we've got to talk to Sophia now.
What?
I think you should volunteer to help the knife thrower.
No, you don't.
And as you would guess, she's really reluctant. We've got to try and... most of these are humorous ones you can do to try and convince her.
Do it and I'll let you wear my hat.
I'll let you wear my fist if you keep this up.
Come on,
Okay,
assist
so
the
let's
guy,
try
will ya?
again.
Nope, nope, nope.
Think of the effect on international relations, yes.
Think about the effect on international relations.
I'm thinking about the effect on my health.
That is a good point. He, since he mentioned the
desperate. He needs your
accident, whatever that was.
Is this your idea of a friendly nudge?
Oh, I get it, you're chicken. That one doesn't work, so let's go for that one.
Please, it's perfectly safe.
You never give up, do you?
I just think you should learn something about the local culture, up close.
You call this cultural? I don't know. Those
She's
knives
still
are dangerous.
reluctant, so what you got to do is just push her into the
Oof.
knife thrower.
You, ladies and gentlemen, a volunteer.
But,
Now, my dear, there's nothing to be afraid of.
but...
Just walk over to the board now. Ta-da! Thank you for your brave assistance, my dear. Allow me to express my gratitude by giving you this souvenir knife.
And that's what we need.
Here, take this knife before I use it on you.
Harsh. But there you go, now we've got the knife. Blood-stained knife. Oh, that's a bit worrying. Okay, so let's find Omar Al-Jabbar. And let's talk to this guy. I
Excuse
believe
me.
I believe this is Omar Al-Jabbar.
Are you Mr. Omar Al-Jabbar?
I am but a humble shopkeeper. My name is unimportant.
So we don't really know yet if this is the real Omar Al-Jabbar at this stage.
Do you ever deal in antiquities from Atlantis?
Maybe I do, maybe I don't. Many a fool dreams of the Lost Kingdom. How may I know your intentions are serious?
I've got a PhD. Will that do?
You have quite a sense of humor, I see.
So he's not willing to really open up any information to us, but we do need that mask, so let's pick it up and ask him how much it is.
Excuse me again.
Yes?
How much for the mask?
You can take the worthless thing. It's scaring away my best customers.
So he lets us have it for free. You can also just walk away with the mask and let you keep it anyway. But you can do that if you just talk to the shopkeeper if you want and have the mask, and that's what we need. Now, there's nothing really at this stage we can do here in Algiers, so let's go to Monte Carlo and find Alan Trottier, or wherever he is, another antiquity dealer, to try and find out if we can obtain one of the stone discs that Plato was talking about. Okay, so go over to Monte Carlo, the City of Lights.
Well, here we are.
But what does Trottier look like?
How should I know? I've never actually met him. We did all our business by mail.
So this, I remember this being quite tricky actually.
Suppose Trottier shows up. What then?
Bring him up to my room.
What makes you think we'll find Trottier here?
All his letters mention how much he likes strolling under the bright lights.
I had no idea Monte Carlo was the lost city.
Don't start with me, Indy. It's Trottier we're after.
This plan sounds kind of harebrained to me.
Don't worry, it'll work. He used to have one of the 3 stones. If we can coax him into a seance, he might let us have it.
Okay, if you say so.
See you in the hotel.
This is the tricky bit, as I was saying. I can't. It's been years since I played it. It's one of these people, these strangers you have to talk to try and find Alan Trottier. I can't. Okay, let's talk to this guy. I cannot remember for the slightest. It's been years. Let's see if he knows any information.
Can you tell me where to find Monsieur Trottier?
Sorry, no.
No, so it's not that guy. Let's talk to him. Oh, whoops. Didn't let me do it that time.
Excuse me. Can you tell me where to find Monsieur Trottier?
Sorry, no. But I know he has an aquiline nose.
Aquiline nose. Is it that guy? He looks different from the other guy. Okay, let's talk to him.
Excuse me.
Are you Alan? Do you know if I find
Can
him?
you tell me where to find Monsieur Trottier?
Sorry, no.
I think it might have been that guy actually. There he is. I think that's him there. Let's talk to him.
Hey there. Can you tell me where to find Monsieur Trottier? Possibly. Who wants to know?
Oh, okay. I think this is the guy because we've got more options now. I'm Dr. Indiana Jones of Barnet College. You've got to be modest because you'll scare him away otherwise.
I'm Dr. Indiana Jones of Barnet College. Jones. I believe I've heard of you. Yes, of course, the famous archaeologist. Actually, I'm just a simple professor. Leave the modesty to me, sir. Alain Trottier. Amateur scholar.
Yeah, we found the right guy. Good.
Professional dreamer. Adding up today's date and my birthday, foretold extraordinary events on the boulevard tonight. And here I bump into you. Ah, what good fortune.
can't remember. Okay, let's try and convince him to come. We got to try and get him into a séance. So let's see the Madame Sophia option.
Madame Sophia's in town and wants to meet you. Really? The great psychic? Oh, no wonder I felt restless tonight. Still, one must be cautious. I fear being fooled by fakers. To be sure you are a true believer, answer me this. Of what material did the Atlantean carve devices to search for Orichalcum?
Oh dear. You ask every time you try and ask him, try and convince him. He give you a different answer every time, a different question. Sorry, every time, and like based on you find the answers in the lost dialogue. I think it's Amber, if I remember.
Amber. Yes, excellent. Obviously, you know Plato's
I was lucky that time because there's a few questions that I cannot remember how to ask. Right. Let's go for the top one.
Madame Sophia would like to trade her wisdom for yours. I'm sure she would, and steal my secrets. What kind of idiot you take me for?
No, come back.
Over here, Monsieur Trantier. Yes?
This bit's annoying. I remember it being...
Sorry about being so rude. I do not believe your sincerity.
Okay, so he's not really willing to come up, so let's talk to Sophia and see what she has to say. I think you got to talk to her first.
Where's Trottier?
I've tried, and that fool won't come up here.
I hadn't thought about that possibility. Just drop Narab Sal's name.
Oh, okay, we got to drop Narab Sal's name. That'll help us convince him to come upstairs. Right, because like to prove that we know more information about Atlantis and we're not trying to steal his secret. Right, we've got to wait for him to arrive. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. Come here, you little slime ball.
Just a moment, monsieur. Yes? I just want you to know I work for Nurab Sal. Did you say Nurab Sal? Well, perhaps you're not the buffoon I took you for. Now, excuse me while I consider this. Over here, Monsieur Trantier. Well, hello again, Dr. Georges. How can I help you? Follow me and Madame Sophia will read your fortune. Oh, this is a big step. I'm not sure. Come on, take a chance. She's right here in the hotel. Well, I do need a new spirit guide in my life. So, I'll do it. Please, lead the way.
Yeah, hallelujah. We got him to come upstairs. A real nightmare that puzzle was, because like initially, you know, if you didn't know, like you had to keep pestering him to try and come upstairs. That puzzle's kind of tricky, because like you probably have to think like maybe I'm doing something wrong or whatever, or I have to try and find an item to convince him or whatever. But now we've done the tricky bit. There's different ways you can do this, but the best way to do it is to use Sophia to distract him with a séance, and you got to try and coax him, or in other words, scare him into removing the stone disc that we desire. We need to progress.
I'm so pleased to meet such an expert antiquarian at long last.
Madame flatters me. It is I who am pleased to meet you.
Now then, I need a token of power to set the mood.
Well, I have this stone key. I truly believe it is from the lost city.
Very good indeed.
And that's what we need.
Now we can begin.
Right, okay, now we got to do a bit of handiwork here. Open this cabinet and pick up this flashlight. Go to the bed sheet, and it will automatically pick up the sheets. We go over to the circuit breaker, or the fuse box. Sorry. Oh yes, that's it. And then use the circuit breaker.
The lights. What happened to the lights?
I think Narab Sal is trying to signal us.
And now what we're going to do now is don.
I think I should try something else first.
We've got to do it in a particular order. Use the bed sheet. Use the mask. There we go. And then use the flashlight.
Oh, I feel the presence of Narab Sal approaching us.
Ooh.
Well done, Indy.
Can't believe that actually works. Just like a simple ghost costume with a mask, but really effective apparently.
Looks like we have one of the 3 stones. Let's hope we can find a way to use it.
I'll bet Fautier got it from Al-Jabbar. Those two do a lot of business together. Let's head for North Africa and find out if I'm right.
Okie dokie, now we've done the
I'll hail a
annoying
cab when you
bit
get a chance.
of the game. Now we've got to...
Now is not the time.
all we've got to do is like leave the hotel, and he'll automatically
I
put
better
all the stuff
flashlight
back.
I better put the sheet back.
Now all we've got to do now is use the taxi.
Wait for me!
Now let's go back to Algiers. That was the annoying bit, the Monte Carlo bit. Like, a lot of people get stuck on that bit, but and again, that puzzle changes it depending on which path you decide to take. So it is kind of tricky if you don't know what you're doing. And I do admit I had to find a walkthrough for that particular bit to help me get past it several years ago, but now it's over. Now we've got the stone disc, or the sunstone, the largest of the 3 stone discs. Maybe we can use it to convince this shopkeeper to reveal his identity.
I'm really interested in Atlantis.
And I really need some reason to take you seriously.
I've got this stone.
Stone, you say? Let's see it.
Here it is. Take a look.
Ah. It is said that 3 stone discs were needed to open the gates of Atlantis. This looks like one of them. A sunstone, if I'm not mistaken. Dr. Jones.
How do you know who I am?
Yeah, how?
My dear Miss Hapgood, when you're Omar Al-Jabbar, you know...
Yeah, so it is Omar Al-Jabbar.
Al-Jabbar.
Yes, a lowly dealer in oddities and trinkets at your service.
Right.
Let's get down to business, shall we? What do you know about Atlantis?
Yes, tell us.
Well, somewhere deep in the Atlas Mountains, there's an archaeological dig site. I'm convinced it contains the remains of an Atlantean outpost.
Whose dig is it?
Europeans, Germans, I believe.
What makes you so sure it's Atlantean?
From time to time, scoundrels appear in my shop to trade pieces they stole there. The designs are unmistakable.
Where is it exactly?
I'm not exactly sure. I've learned enough to make a rough map, but it's very rough. The problem is, the desert is no place for a civilized man like myself.
We'll go.
We will?
I admire your courage, but you'll never survive the desert. Give up while you still have your lives ahead of you.
We'll never give up.
Well then, let it be as God wills it. Come, I'll lend you my map. And a couple of sturdy camels.
And the interesting thing is, another clever thing that developers did, again playing into the different paths you can take. In the other 2 paths you can choose to take, the wits path and the fists path, as I think they were properly called. Omar Al-Jabbar is a totally different personality, and he's more hostile to Indy. And he refuses to give information, and there's different puzzles you have to do to get to the same place in the storyline. But it'll make more sense when I actually get round to recording the other paths. But oh dear, it appears something has gone horribly wrong because they've returned.
You've returned alive. Tell me, how was your trip?
Except our camels died a mile out of
except
town.
our camels died a mile out of town.
A terrible shame. Those were my last 2 camels. Perhaps I can make amends in some small way. Do you still have that mask I gave you?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got it right
It's
here.
not necessary.
Why do you
We can trade it at this
I'd like
point
to
because we
trade you
need
for
to
it.
trade it to progress in the game.
ask? What will you give me?
And this is another little annoying
Do you
little
have anything in
niggling puzzle
offer.
that you have to do.
Well,
A little
how about
trading game, and the correct item changes every single time. So what I usually do is
No,
skip
thanks. Can I see
through a couple of
something else?
times by refusing the
about
first few items and then take the third or fourth
It was
item.
done from
Usually it's closer to the item that the shop trader in
No,
the
thanks.
street
Can I see
wants
something
How
that we
about
can trade for something.
This little red wagon, it once belonged to Rudyard Kipling.
Let's try once more.
That's not quite what I want. What else have you got?
How about this yellow yo-yo? It was hand-painted by an Arabian princess.
Yeah, okay, that'll do. I'll take that one.
Take it.
And this starts this little puzzle game, this
Made a good
trading game.
exchange of it.
What we have to do is, now we've got this like item that we've traded the mask for.
Darn, the string's all tangled.
The strings all tangled. Useless yo-yo. So basically everything he gives us is like dodgy merchandise that like he lies about completely. But here is a grocer. We talk to
Excuse me.
him.
Yes?
What looks good today?
Today we have a special, squab on a stick, only 20 dinars.
But unfortunately we don't have any African currency.
You accept U.S. currency?
Sorry, no.
Oh, a squab would sure hit the spot.
20 dinars, Effendi.
Maybe we can make a deal.
What kind of deal?
Let's see. So we can trade different things from Omar Al-Jabbar to the
Will you
shopkeeper.
give me a squab for this
See
brand
what he
new yo-yo?
says.
I'm sorry, Effendi, but I cannot make that trade. Even though yellow is my favorite color.
Oh, okay. So we're pretty close to it.
Hold the squab. I'll be back
It
later.
depends on like what item you end up with or decide to take from Omar Al-Jabbar, and it's different every time. He gives you different clues. The clue this time is that yellow is his favourite colour, so now we know it's a yellow item of some sort the guy wants in exchange for a squab on a
Excuse me
stick,
again.
which is like a,
Yes?
some sort of small bird on a stick that you can eat, like roasted.
Can I trade my yo-yo
Quite
for
nice,
something
apparently.
else?
Do you have anything in mind?
Okay, something
I
yellow.
don't know, something yellow maybe.
Anything else?
Make an offer.
Well, how about this antique brass spittoon? With it, a man may spit like a camel in the privacy of his own home.
What an odd item. Okay, let's give it a try. Sometimes
take it.
the second item works,
You've
sometimes
made a
it
good
doesn't. Maybe
exchange of it.
sometimes you have to go through several exchanges. Let's have a look at this.
Ugh, this thing's been used recently.
Oh, a spittoon. Oh, I didn't know what exactly that thing was. It's a sort of like a small container where people spit into. I don't know why. I don't know where that comes from.
Excuse me.
Exactly. Maybe someone in the
Yeah.
comments can elaborate or tell me, or I might have to look up a Wikipedia article or something. But
I'd like to make another swap offer.
let's see if he wants the spittoon.
How about a squab for this antique brass spittoon?
I'm sorry, Effendi, but I cannot make that trade. Though it is a pleasant color.
Hold the squab. I'll
Okay,
be
so
back
that
later.
was not the right one.
Certainly, Effendi.
Let's go back to Omar Al-Jabbar and trade this again. You can see how annoying this can actually get by going back and forth. It's just a little tedious puzzle.
Excuse me again.
It's a minor
Yes.
quibble, and thankfully this is the only
Can I trade my spittoon for something
the
else?
only puzzle
have
that's
anything
not
in
really
mind?
annoying as this.
I don't know, something yellow maybe.
Anything else?
Make an offer.
Well, how about this yellow scarf? It's a bit dowdy, but comfortable.
I'll take it.
You've made a good exchange, Effendi.
Let's take a look at this.
It's got moth holes.
Great. Moth-eaten scarf.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I'd like to make another squab offer.
I'm listening.
If you give me a squab, I'll give you my yellow scarf.
I'm sorry, Effendi, but I cannot make
Damn.
that trade. Though it is a pleasant color.
Try once more. Hold the
Hold the
squab.
squab. I'll be back later.
Certainly, Effendi.
Oh, and by the way, hopefully the audio will be a little bit... Well, the audio was fine in part 1. There was nothing wrong with it, but in relation to that
Excuse me
problem
again.
I was talking about,
Yes.
where my Total Beaches headset doesn't have like
Can I
a
trade my
mic
yellow
shield
scarf
at the
for
end of
something
it.
else?
I've now managed
Do
to
you have
borrow
anything
one
in mind?
from one of my other like cheapo Xbox mics, and I've stuck it on the end, and hopefully that will improve the
I don't know, something yellow.
improve the problems, and certainly improve the
Anything
overall
else?
quality of the video subtly.
offer.
Hopefully you'll be able to
Well, how about
notice.
This priceless gold buckle, it was a gift to Queen Cleopatra.
I don't know what it's. Perhaps it's his tone of voice that
I'll
makes me
take
think
it.
he's a complete liar.
You've made a good exchange, Effendi.
Some dodgy backstreet dealer. He's like a really ludicrously dodgy guy. Ross, what's wrong with this then?
Hey, this isn't gold.
Faux gold, but I suppose it's made out of like some sort of
Excuse
cheap
me.
metal or something.
Yes?
I'd like to make another squab offer.
I'm listening.
I'll turn over a genuine gold buckle for a squab.
This gift will save my marriage, Effendi. And it's so color coordinated. Here, have a squab.
Thank you.
About time. Now, okay, now we've got what we wanted. Now we've got the squab on a stick, but
Squab, huh? It looks like a barbecued pigeon.
barbecued pigeon. So again, it's not really a squab. It's more. It's a small bird. It's a really tiny bird. Now we got to talk to this beggar here.
Hello there.
Ah, a prosperous American.
What are you doing here on the streets?
I'm a beggar, Effendi. It is my job to be here. Today I'm offering a discount. Give me food and I'll give you a free gift. Now let me get back to work, please.
He doesn't tell you what the free gift is, but we do need that free gift. So let's give the squab on a stick to the beggar.
Excuse me.
You bring food?
Here.
Thank you, Effendi. Here's your free gift.
And the free gift is a balloon ticket. And the balloon. Let's have a look at this sign.
It says aerial views, one flight up.
Some people don't notice this thing because it's well tucked into the corner, so a lot of people seem to miss this. So now we've got a balloon ticket. Now we can talk to this guy here.
Hello there.
If you have ticket, you see signs. If not, you don't.
Now we've got a ticket. Not very talkative, is he, this guy?
Will this do?
A valuable all-day pass. Today the skies are yours, Effendi.
Now we just walk over to the balloon here. But as you can see, we need to take this balloon and actually try and find that dig site according to this map. But let's take a look at this rope here.
It keeps the balloon from drifting away.
So we use this knife, as you'd guess, on the rope to cut ourselves free.
We're free.
And now we essentially nicked a balloon. It's okay. Let's. This is the bit. This is kind of tricky for a lot of people, and it's hardly surprising because it's a really strange control system where you go either up or down by pressing these two sentences here. But it doesn't go like directly up as you would expect. It goes in like an either anti-clockwise or a clockwise direction. So as you can see here, I'm clicking vent hydrogen, it's going anti-clockwise. But if you decide to drop the ballast and go upwards instead, you go in a clockwise direction while going
Aren't
up
you
at the
coming?
same time. So it's kind
I'll
of
stay here and watch the
a little awkward to get used to, I think, even though it's a fairly simple system. It's kind of strange to control it. So the idea is we look at this map here.
The only mark on this map is one
But
big
because
X.
it's so rough, it doesn't really give a very good idea of where this dig site actually is. So we talk to these nomads,
Hello there.
and maybe they'll help us make out where this dig site is.
Have you seen anyone digging around here?
Well, I have seen foreigners with trucks and equipment.
trucks. Equipment? Where?
Alas, Effendi, to describe that I need a map.
What do you make of this map?
This X is to the south and to the east.
South and to
Thanks
the
for the
east.
information.
Okay, so according to the clues he's given us, it's somewhere down into the south. So we've got to go down a screen and east a screen. So let's, oops, wrong one again. You can either press D or V at this point. Let's go higher because you go faster this way. If you get the higher up you go, the faster you travel. So he said south and to the east. So we've gone down one, and let's go east to this screen here. Screen on the right. Okay, so let's go down to that oasis over there and see if there's anyone down there. Just keep clicking away there.
Stay here and guard the balloon.
Let's talk to the nomad over here.
Hello there.
Salam, Effendi.
What do you make of this map?
You're very close to the site. This
The
X
site, it
is
should be.
a little to the south.
I'm sorry, I'm
That's
just
about
really
it.
picky about
Thanks for the information.
subtitles and stuff. It's just like I'm a bit of a stiffler for English. You want, like, I hate it when like, things get wrong. Oops, oh dear. That X there, I was supposed to go over there. So, oops, let's go up. See, again, it leads into the trickiness of controlling this balloon. But we're really nearby to it, so nothing major. That little cross there. Let's go down in a second. Oops. Kind of tricky to get used to. See, it's like really awkward to do. You got to get it at the right angle, and then the angle of attack, and then click the drop ballast and vent hydrogen when the time is right. There we go. Been shot at. Oh dear. Ow.
Ow! I've seen better landings.
Him too.
Ow, crushed to death by a balloon. Okay, so now we're at the dig site now. We just walk over here.
Look what we found, an abandoned dig site. Wait, where are you going?
I sense the presence of Nurab Sal.
I should have guessed.
Indy!
Hold on, Sophia.
Oh dear, she's fallen into some sort of...
Indy!
Sophia! Uh-oh. Sophia?
What?
Did you find Nurab Sal down there?
You're dead meat.
Could you speak up? I didn't catch that.
I said you're dead meat.
I guess, like, Indy can't
Sophia?
really hear what Sophia's saying
Uh-huh.
because she's... I think the subtitles mean she's, like, muffled.
Are you okay?
I'm in deep.
Good. I'll have you out in no time.
Hurry.
I can't see in. There's a table blocking the way.
Right, okay, so let's have a look at the table.
It's jammed in the hole. I can't move it.
No, you can't move it that way. So, there's the truck. So what we can do now is go over to the dig site inside this little this big crevice. Not little crevice, like big archaeological dig, and find out what's going on down here. This is an annoying part of the game, but it's really clever actually how the developers have implemented this. The idea is the darkness changes depending on, like, in the way humans,
It feels like
human eyes somehow acclimatise to darkness after time,
like a wooden
and like human eyes start to begin to see in the dark a little better as time goes on, according to the light. Slowly and gradually being introduced to the room. Really clever how they've introduced that effect into this part of the game. It's really interesting how they've done that. Really clever. But it is very annoying because it's kind of tricky to find where stuff is. Because you got basically pick up is replaced by touch. We've got to try and find some stuff to interact with and possibly try to get this room lit up again. So we got to use this metal thing here.
Feels like an on-off switch.
It feels like a generator.
It feels like a portable generator.
Can we open it? It looks like we've opened it somehow. Let's have a look at this.
It feels like a spark plug.
Close portable generator. Is there an on and off switch on there somewhere?
Nothing's happening. Maybe it's out of gas.
Oh, okay. So that's the clue there. Okay. What we got to do is go back to the truck and get some petrol out of it, or diesel, or whatever it is. Put some in the clay jar and fill the generator inside the dig site to light up the way, so we can see what we're doing. Let's open this gas tank here. Use the hose with the gas tank to siphon the petrol out of it, or siphon the diesel, or whatever it is.
That's enough. The jar is full.
Okay, now we can pick up the hose again and close the gas tank. Now we've got some we've got a gas-filled jar now. I can't see why I can't just jump down there instead of walking all the way around and add another 15 seconds to the journey, but hey ho, that's the way it was programmed, I guess. Let's get down here. Now again, it's gone dark again. It's kind of hard to see. Is it we got to find the metal cap?
Now it's open.
Okay, now we use the gas-filled jar with the metal cap, wherever it is. There it is.
I've emptied a jar into the pipe.
Okay. Close the gas.
Now it's closed.
Close the cap and then find the button, not the wall. Gas cap.
I can't move it.
Push.
I can't move it.
No. Little metal thing. There we are. Now we can see what we're doing now, and because the generator's lit up the room. Okay, so now we can see what we're doing. Let's go investigate what this stuff over here. We're going to need that wooden peg. I picked up a clay jar and a ship rib and a hose and a wooden peg.
It's a crumbling
we look at the
wall.
crumbling wall here. Use the sharp ship rib to get rid of all the gubbins around this mural. Let's take a look at it.
It's a map of the island of Crete with a hole in the middle.
Crete, that's a big clue there.
That and the lost dialogue?
Now we can use this wooden peg with the mural, and then use the sunstone with the peg in the hole, and now we can use that to solve a puzzle. Now the proper way to do this is to look at the lost dialogue. So what we're going to do, okay, so it's page number 2. At many outposts a sunstone sufficed if sunset made the tall horns red. So at the different colonies, at the minor colony, the smaller ones that gained access to Atlantis, you only needed the one stone disc, which is the sunstone, to gain access to Atlantis. But at the greater colony, which apparently appears to be Crete, we'll need more than one stone disc. We'll need the other 2 stone discs to gain access. And here's the clues that tell you how to align the stone discs and activate the lock mechanisms. At many outposts, the sunstone sufficed. We've only got the one. This is only a minor colony, I believe. This was a minor colony. If sunset, may the tall horns red. Okay, sunset. That's the clue. See if I can do this. Whoops. No. That's it. Let's take a look at the stone disc. Now here's the tall horns. That's what we've got to align with. It said sunset, so it won't be. It won't be the noon sun. It'll be the setting sun, so that's when the sun sets. It bathes the tall horns. The setting sun bathes the tall horns. So that should be enough. That should be correct. There we go.
Sophia?
I thought you were going to leave me in there.
Believe me, I was tempted.
Lucky you didn't. Here's something we may need.
The distributor cap.
It fell on my head when I sank into the hole. And that's not all. Look!
What is it?
It's an amber fish on a string.
I can see that. What does it do?
How should I know? I suppose you've come up with something more interesting.
Amber fish on a string. Now what does it actually do?
Look, the sunstone is
We'll
centered
find
on
out in a
the island of
second.
Crete. I'll bet Crete is where we'll find the greater colony of Atlantis Plato mentioned.
That sounds possible. Let's go.
Now the clue, if we've been listening to Alan Trottier, that the question they asked us, like what sort of material along the line, well, not exactly the same question, but what material did the Atlanteans use to discover orichalcum? And it's amber. So if you remember that question, if he did ask it, it's an orichalcum detector because it's amber.
It's pointing at Sophia's necklace.
It must be detecting the orichalcum residue.
So it's an orichalcum detector.
It's an orichalcum detector.
Excellent stuff. So let's pick up the stone discs because we're going to need those, and the peg as well. And there's something over here, or there would be something over here. Use, I think, wooden peg, is it?
I don't think that'll
No,
work.
use the sunstone with this.
I don't think that'll work.
Let's take a look
is
at
that
this.
a ball these figures are tossing around? Or a stone disc? I don't think that'll work.
Round object.
I don't think that'll work.
Push the round object.
If there's ever hell to
Oh,
see,
here we go.
somebody beat me to it.
The interesting thing is, like, that's where one of the stone discs would be in one of the other playthroughs that you can do, the other paths. So again, there's nothing here because like, we've already got a stone disc, but that's where the sunstone would have been if we were playing the wits or the fists path. I think it's the fists path. That's where you'd find a stone. Or it could be both of the other two, actually. I can't remember, to be honest. But really clever reuse of assets there of the game, like different places and different puzzles used. Okay, so the idea is now, how are we going to get back to the airport? So we've got to try and use this truck and get it back online again. So we use the truck.
The engine won't start for some
We
reason.
find out it doesn't want to start for some reason. Okay, so let's open the hood again. And we find...
The engine's missing a spark plug and a distributor cap.
oh, I forgot to get that. There's a spark plug. We've got to get the spark plug out of the generator powering the dig, take it out and attach it to the car engine, well, the truck engine I should say. Let's open the generator, and there's a spark plug, look, but we can't pick it up because it's in use, so we've got to use the button to turn it off, pick up the spark plug. Now we've got the spark plug here. Now, spark plugs are used, of course, to start the engine, because in order for an engine to combust the petrol or diesel, you need a spark of electricity, and that's what the spark is for, in order to get the engine running. Really clever how it's done, actually. Really, really clever. Now, we use the spark plug with the engine, I believe.
What do you know? A perfect fit.
Excellent stuff. Now, we use a distributor cap with the engine.
It fits.
Now we can close the hood, I think, and now we can start the truck.
Let's book passage to Crete, Sophia.
Now we're all finished here. Now we can go simply to Crete. Okay, so that is the end of part 2. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much, guys, for joining me again for part 2, and I hope you guys come back again for part number 3.